Yo, we are back for another episode of Uncommon Commentators, episode 111. Dog, sorry about last week. We had to push last week because the Best Damn W show had to take priority. We had to get that show back out because we had missed pretty much a month for the Best Damn W, so I had to make sure that show got back on track.
Mhm.
But I'm back with my guys. Got Garrett, got Antoine. Start with Antoine. How you doing, bro?
I'm great, man. We was off last week, unfortunately. But it's what it is. It's for definitely for good reason. I had to get the best W show out as always. Best damn W. But I'm great, man. It's chilling. The NBA season's over, so just trying to stay busy with the articles, and that's it. How about yourself? How about you, Garrett?
Yeah, brother, can't complain. Can't complain. Like you say, the NBA season is over, and of course, we'll get into that in just a bit. But yeah, same boat as you. Getting these articles out because we have the draft coming up soon. So I know everybody's
Mhm.
been busy. Of course, you have been busy yourself. So yeah, just hanging in there. So I'm glad to be here with you guys.
That's what's up, man. Shit, same old, same old. Work. I got a break from school, so uh,
Yes, sir.
waiting on this last semester, last class. All I
There
Mhm.
you
got is
go.
one, so
There you go.
ready
Congratulations.
ready to
You're
get
right
this
there.
shit over and done. Outside of that, man, dealing with this damn weather out here, we went from
Mm-hmm.
a flash flood watch to a tornado watch in a matter of a couple of hours.
Right.
So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's been a fun morning at like 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning. So
Mhm.
other than that, same old nothing. Back to lifting heavy in the gym. See how long I go before something fuck up on my body.
I
Oh
was gonna
man.
ask how your back is feeling before we get
Ah,
into it.
back's good. At this point now, I'm worried about my shoulder. My shoulder's probably going to be the first thing to.
You getting
Shoulder's
old,
probably going to be.
man.
I I mean, also I had a motorcycle accident, so
Mhm.
Mm.
my right shoulder is from a motorcycle accident. My left shoulder is just getting old.
Man, you need to sit down somewhere.
Nope. I'm gonna
You need to
be
sit down
right off in
somewhere.
as long as I get my ass up and get at the very least get to the gym and get in there and do something. I don't give a damn if it's
Yeah.
walk on the fucking treadmill. I'm gonna get in there and do something, but I'm
Do
I'm gonna
something.
stay I'm gonna
Yeah.
stay trying to lift something for a little as long as I can.
Mhm.
But like y'all boys said, the NBA season is over. Shout out
Yeah.
to the New York Knicks. I told y'all they were the best team in the playoffs. They look like the best team pretty much from start to finish. Like uh after they got their minds right from game 3 dealing with the Hawks and they moved on from there, they didn't turn back. But uh shout out to the Knicks, shout out to the Knicks fans because boy, the Knicks fans have been out here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, please don't get it twisted. I am not a New York Knicks fan. I just have the hat. That was made back in '94. Jesus Christ.
Mm.
I
Wasn't even thought of. Mm.
was I was in high school.
Mm.
You remember like when that
Yeah.
album came out, or like
Fuck no, I didn't even know that song existed. Because I look, this is during the Jordan era. This is well no, Jordan
'94? That was
retired.
Houston.
Yeah, but Jordan, this is us coming off of Jordan and trying to transition. Like everybody's pretty much like, so what do we do now? And like you said, Houston comes about and they do their thing, and then Jordan comes back. So
And
that was
wins
Mm.
three
still
more.
that's still under the Jordan era. So it was like that was strictly for New York Knicks fans.
Mm.
But like I said, we're gonna get right into it, man. Shout out to the New York Knicks. They beat the San Antonio Spurs in 4 games to 1. Game 5, game 5, that game ended 94-90. Tight game. Well, won't say tight game because the Spurs led 170, we'll just say 173 minutes out of 240 minutes of all 5 games. That's 72%. So they led 72% of the series against the New York Knicks and still lost. Just to give a kind of a quick, we'll do a quick back brief as far as how the games went. Of course, game 1, the Knicks won. Spurs were up by like 14 in the second half. Knicks fight. Common theme throughout this series. The Knicks fight back. The Knicks fight back to win games. So the Spurs were up 14 in the second half. Knicks, they closed it on an 11-0 run and ended up winning the game 105-95. Then they same thing, hot start by San Antonio. Knicks come back to win game 2, 105-104. That ended with Wemby missing that. They drew up that play San Antonio drew up that play at the end where Wemby took that jumper and, unfortunately didn't make it. Then we get to game 3 where Spurs played probably their best basketball, but damn near choked the game away. And but managed to hold on to the lead, and they win that game 115-111. And then, of course, game 4 is the fucking collapse heard around the world, where the Knicks were up. The Spurs were up
29
points and freaking choked the game away. Oh, there we go. Yeah, choked the game away. And that one was taken care of with what they call the hand of God, if you want to deem it that, from OG Anunoby. That was that was a hell of a play.
Hell of a play.
I'm not gonna, but also De'Aaron Fox, you got to box out.
Yeah, nah, man, it's whatever. We'll talk about him.
You got to box out, dog. We'll get to it, but a lot of the stuff, a lot of the breakdowns for the Spurs is just a lot of it was mental. It was mental lapses, them being a young team, and Mitch not making the proper adjustments. But yeah, and then we get to, of course, the closeout game 5 is in San Antonio. And like I said, this is where they won. The Knicks won 94-90. Jalen Brunson, 45 points, went on. Dog, this motherfucker went on so he scored 13 points in the fourth, had an 11-0 run by himself to get the Knicks back, like to bring the Knicks back. And then on top of that, everybody around him sucked pretty much. So Jalen Brunson had 45. The rest of the team had 49. Do with that what you will. But Antoine, I will start with you. We'll start with your overall thoughts of the entire series, and we'll jump into game 5. So, what's your overall thoughts as far as the entire series?
Yeah, man, I thought it was a legendary making performance for not only Jalen Brunson, but also Karl-Anthony Towns. It really, he got the chance to reestablish himself after spending 9 years of his life in Minnesota. He came to a win now organization with a win now mindset. and they automatically knew what the situation was when they acquired him alongside Jalen Brunson after trading him for Julius Randle. And they fulfilled that purpose. Like, it did not take long. This was their second season together. And yeah, I just thought Jalen Brunson played phenomenal. As soon as they came back by 29 points to beat the Spurs, I just thought, similar to when Cleveland blew that lead, I just thought the Spurs weren't mentally going to be able to come back from that, even though they did play good in that game 5 to a point. I just thought they still made the same mistakes they did the last couple of games that resulted in the Knicks coming back. So as soon as the Knicks had that 29-point comeback, I was like, they deserve to win it. They're already operating at a historic level with their offense. They're showcasing world-class resiliency against a generational talent in Victor Wembanyama. And I just thought, like, man, like, shout out to OG Anunoby. It's his second ring. He is certainly a winning player, a championship
It is
caliber
OG's
piece.
second ring.
Yep, got the first one with the Raptors. So
Yep.
it's really, really cool to see that he is that kind of player, only on winning teams, only contributes to championship performances. And I think he's one of the few championship pieces in the NBA right now. I say that in particular because, of course, he's not an all-star or anything. He could be, you never know. But right now, at least, he's one of the best championship pieces in the NBA, if not the best. So moving forward for New York, they have their team. They got to pay their free agents. I think like Landry Shamet, he was playing that good on like a 1-year deal. So Shamet has to get paid. He was one of their heroes of the playoffs. But of course, no one's, a bigger king in New York right now, bigger than Jalen Brunson. He's forever going to be famous in New York City until the day that he dies. When he's 50 years old, 60 years old, he will not be able to go anywhere in Manhattan, in Brooklyn, anywhere without being recognized. And that goes for everyone on the team. But for Jalen Brunson in particular, it was really admirable. This was a guy who came out in the 2018 NBA draft, the same draft as Trae Young, Luka Doncic, DeAndre Ayton, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And he got a ring before two of those guys, Trae Young and Luka Doncic, one of them being a former teammate that he was playing with. And now he got a chance to be the focal point. And we now know, even at 6'2", he is a championship head of the snake. He is a 1A on a championship caliber team, and that is irrefutable for Jalen Brunson. So I really love just the legendary.
I have an asterisk on that, but go my bad. Go ahead.
You're good.
We'll put a pin in that one.
For sure. Yeah. I can't wait to hear, your thoughts about it for sure. But I do think that, again, just to end on JB, I'm really happy for him. This was a massive step in the Hall of Fame direction for Jalen Brunson to be 29 years old at the peak of his powers. He turns 30 on August 31st. So he has a really bright future in the Mecca of basketball. I just think as you look forward, because he's 29, they're going to look to repeat next year. People are asking right now, is he the greatest New York Knick of all time? I think it's kind of like disrespectful to Willis Reed, the former two-time MVP, two-time NBA champion, and Finals MVP. I think people forget how good Willis Reed really was. He gave his life to New York, as a Knick. So I still think Willis Reed is the greatest Knick of all time. I think Jalen Brunson, when 53 years is a long time. He did it in a phenomenal fashion against Victor Wembanyama. That win's only going to age like fine wine. But to end it, it was a phenomenal, legendary making performance. But I still think Willis Reed is the greatest Knick of all time, just with his accolades and his performances. But again, it was a phenomenal performance for Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns to finally get a ring for the Knicks.
Go ahead, Garrett.
Yeah. Again, congratulations to the New York Knicks. It's been a long time coming. I know that Knicks fans are beyond ecstatic for winning, winning it all this year, and it's been a great run for them. So, big shout out to the New York Knicks. But, I mean, I had to give them credit. Honestly, I think when you take a step back and you look at how they were able to build around Jalen Brunson. They signed him in free agency, I believe, in
2022.
2022. Yeah, 2022. That's what I thought. So after that, you went out and you acquired OG Anunoby. You went out and you acquired Karl-Anthony Towns, and you started to, acquire other auxiliary pieces around them
And
with Landry
Bridges too.
Shamet.
All those picks for
Yeah.
Bridges. Yeah.
Yeah, Bridges. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot about that, but yeah,
No, you're
that in
good.
that first, the Mikal Bridges trade didn't look that good from time to time, but I will say that it has certainly paid off because he started to turn up a bit in the on the finals too. So making good plays here and there. So they did what they were supposed to do, and I really didn't expect this to happen for the New York Knicks because I guess it's because a lot of people are so accustomed to the Knicks just after downfall seasons, and no one didn't really expect them to get to this point. But at the same time, owner James Dolan has done a terrific job of bringing in the right people to really execute this. And yeah, to Antoine's point, yeah, of course they'll be looking to repeat. They are the defending champions, so they have to defend that. So, but but yeah, I think that for even more so for this season, they were just a team that just never gave up. Honestly, they always found out a way to win, and I think that they found the right recipe between Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, that 1-2 punch. So, and they did it perfectly, where you run through Karl Anthony Towns for majority of the game, and when it comes to the fourth quarter, then that's when you have Jalen Brunson to close it out. And Jalen Brunson, he's always been one of those guys that always got you a bucket when you needed it. Of course, he's not going to make every
Mhm.
shot, but at the same time, when you needed a bucket in a critical time, 9 times out of 10, he will deliver. So that's that's what makes him so special as a player. And he did that not just at home, but on away games as well. So and those are the kind of players that you always had to tip your hat off to. So I will say for the Spurs, even though that I had them winning the finals in 7 games, but um, I think that's something that we could have saw legitimately. Even if
Mhm.
they weren't the favorites to win, they literally had opportunities to push the series to 7 games, and especially in Game 5, because I went to the new Cosm Atlanta sports venue. By the way, if anybody that's in Atlanta and looking to watch a sports game, go to Cosm Atlanta. It's next level. So, but when I watched the game, I mean, they were up by at least 20, 25, and they had their opportunities to close the game. And yeah, I had to say, even though that they are a young team, but like I said, they had their opportunities to, close the game out. And the Knicks, they just kept fighting and fighting. And that's that resiliency that Jalen Brunson has talked about once before, just being able to stay with it and continue to fight, and they did. And to Wiley's point, OG Anunoby, he made a big shot at the end, and I'm just like, goodness gracious, they're gonna win this series. But yeah, because I mean, the whole venue was just lit up on fire after that, because it was just crazy, man. And so just the way he just tipped the ball in, I mean, you can't really teach that kind of thing. So, but
Nah,
yeah,
that's
but yeah,
effort. That's effort. That's effort right
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. It's effort. It's effort. So that's something that you always have to keep in mind. But yeah, like I said, the New York Knicks, they deserve this, and they went out and they got wins when they needed them, and really just close it off. It's not just about them winning games, but it's just the fact that how they went about it is the main thing. I mean,
Mhm.
they pretty much dominated in every series that every team that they fought against. So, like I said, they literally took care of business, and I never seen a team. I wouldn't say never, but it's been a long time since I've seen a team like the New York Knicks that just went to a playoff series and just took care of business when they needed to. I mean, I thought that the series would have gone at least 6 games the way it was trending towards, because I thought they were going to intentionally, lose Game 5 and try to close it out at home. But they decided, no, we're going to close this out in Game 5,
I'm like,
whether if it's at
hell no.
home or on the road. So they
Right.
did what they needed supposed to do. So I got to give them credit.
I was gonna say, so just one off question. So if you are an NBA player and you're in let's say you're in the playoffs, doesn't have to necessarily be the finals, but actually no, let's make it the finals. Would you want to close it out at home or on the road?
No, I close it out on the road.
On
If
the
I have an
road, yeah,
opportunity,
fuck
if I
yeah,
if I have
hell
if
yeah.
I if I if I have an opportunity to close the series out, then you do it. So
We're
I'm
winning
always going.
ASAP.
I'm
ASAP.
always I'm always
Well, no,
going to
I'm just
stand on
saying which
that.
one
But
would you prefer? It doesn't. I'm not saying
Prefer,
like
oh yeah,
yeah,
close
yeah.
it
No,
out
oh, you
I'm
just
even
saying
talking about like
more.
in general?
yeah, in general, not
Oh,
we're not talking about where the series is.
Oh, okay,
Like,
yeah. Well,
would
for
you
me,
prefer to close it out?
I would prefer to do it. I prefer to do it at home. I think there's no better feeling to close a series out when you have the opportunity to at home. I think that,
Hmm.
and that's why I say I think that that's why I had thought the Knicks, would at least push the series in game six and close it out because, like I said, the Knicks has been 50 plus years since they won a title or been to, well, no, it's been since they won a title. But so I would have thought that they would have wanted to close it out in game six in front of their home crowd. So I thought that would have been a very special moment for the Knicks and for the fans. So that's what I
Yeah,
thought. But like I said, they had the opportunity to close it out and they decided, no, we're not going to mess around, close it out. So, but yeah.
I'm like the Knicks, man. Fuck that. Let me close this bitch out on the road.
Oh, okay.
I'm an asshole. I'm a legit. I will. Yeah, I'm an asshole. So closing it out on the road is perfect because you get to hush the
I
crowd.
mean, it wasn't even really a road game for them because I mean
Well, yeah, because Knicks
Knicks fans
fans they
showed up.
traveled.
Knicks fans, look.
They
Yeah.
Look,
traveled.
I will say this. Even though Knicks fans, they all because look, they have been wilding out throughout this playoff series. I mean, after every
Assholes.
win or
I
after loss,
mean,
I mean, you're seeing all these, semi riots and fights. I'm just
You
like,
on a Spurs jersey, just ripping them off
look,
the
like,
chest,
yeah,
like
I was like,
$120
brother, I'm just like,
hold
jerseys.
up. Although they ran into one that was about that
yeah,
life, and you
Yeah,
saw the
and then
motherfuckers running.
yeah.
like
But
they would go up, like punch them upside the head, then run away. And I was like,
yeah,
man, come on, yeah, man,
what fan base does that? Like nobody don't
for
do that.
real.
Like but
I'm
Knicks fans,
now
like come on now.
college. Just go into the college world. You'll see it all the time. Between college
My
and
goodness,
NFL, you'll see that shit all the time. But
yeah, that's just crazy.
but no, yeah, like I said, I'm the asshole type. I wanna shut you up. So give me the road. If I
Well, they
if
did,
I
they
could,
did,
if I was playing, if I was playing in the NBA or
and y'all know this Wemby
what?
and Stephon Castle and all those guys, they left out of there quick. They
Yeah,
wasted
they didn't
no
shake
time.
hands or nothing. Yeah,
Yeah, they
I don't give a
just
and
fuck. So let's talk about that real quick.
I was gonna
I
say
don't,
even one last thing, because like we're getting to the off the court stuff now. Like the Knicks, they were taking that like that toaster or whatever, and they said to fuck Wemby. Like you feel me? And like it's the fact that they're actually like taking it there though. Normally you don't see players have that kind of emotion like that no more. Saying
bullshit.
not fuck him. You feel me? And like we
Bullshit.
need that like that. But I mean, yeah, you see it, yeah, but I mean, like,
Nah,
it's different.
motherfuckers get when players win a championship, they get petty.
yeah,
They get
yeah,
petty.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
back and look at all those other teams, especially like when Golden State and Cleveland were battling. Go
Because I
back
was
and
gonna
look
say,
at both
that
of
was
them.
like,
Go back and look at both of them damn teams and see how petty they were to each other.
oh yeah, for sure. I guess I was more so because I mean, I guess they're 7 years apart, and like, you feel me, and shit like that. And I get it. I just didn't expect that to happen like that. Then to really like, yeah,
Oh
I
shit,
could say
me.
develop a
Mm.
hatred, but
I
obviously
thought
Jalen
it would have been
Brunson.
worse.
Like he does not like him. They both had some dirty plays to each other throughout the series, and Jalen
Well,
Brunson. I mean,
yeah, they I won't say I don't think they don't like each other inside those lines. I think that's the part where you have to draw. You have to fans have to remember that shit. Like players, when you get inside those lines, yeah, nigga, I don't like you. I don't like you. Yes, I will chop you in the throat if I can get away with it. I will punch you in the nuts if I can get away. Anything that I can possibly get away with, I'm going to do in order to win this game, if possible, if need be. Like I'm gonna go out there and do my thing and go hoop, but if push come to shove,
literally.
and the refs and right, and push come to shove, and the refs ain't really calling shit. Hey, I'm gonna see what I can get away with. And
Yeah.
you see that in any and every series.
Every series.
This
one
one was
more
just
intense
highlighted.
for sure.
Yeah,
right.
you just saw it more. You saw it more in this series because I mean, well, one
Yeah,
Wemby's
yeah, because
Because
there
these
were
are
a
like,
lot.
Wemby's fucking
yeah, I mean, these are like,
Yeah,
dudes who are gonna be in the like, fucking legends, man, future
but
legends and shit.
also
Like.
but also I'm always under the notion these motherfuckers they're not gonna fight. y'all, they ain't gonna fight. I believe they're not gonna fight because most of these motherfuckers can't fight. That's just
Yeah, if you
me.
had like a
But
PJ
also,
Tucker, you
Because
live,
Wimby
you
was
got
training
to
with
fight a
those
Cuban.
monks, man. So
but also,
I'm pretty
they
sure
not
monks
gonna
can
fight
fight.
because they like their money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so
Yeah, you
that's
don't
the
want
other
to be
part.
fined no 50K,
Right.
100K. That's a good
Um,
chunk of money.
but yeah, like I hate the fact, and of course, all of this shit is media driven because they need some. The season is done. These motherfuckers, they don't watch the WNBA. They don't watch really any other sport. So we're about to
Euro
get.
League.
So we're gonna get the draft. We're gonna get some draft talk, but we're about to get all the fucking speculations of who's going where, who's gonna possibly trade for this person and that person. We're gonna get that, and as the summer goes, we're gonna get a whole bunch of bullshit of, oh, this person said this about this player, this person said that about that player. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck about none of that. With this whole the Spurs didn't shake hands, bitch. I wouldn't shake nobody's hand either after they
Either.
just won.
Yeah.
After they just won the championship.
On your floor.
I get it's a regular I get a regular season game. And hell, half of the time they don't dap up in the regular season game. So why are we fucking making it a big deal about the finals? Again, you just beat me. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be a sore loser about this because I just lost this is the finals, the last series of the NBA season.
The
And I
pinnacle
just got my ass kicked. No, I don't want to go shake these niggas' hands. I can congratulate. Let me go cool off, and I'll go I'll go congratulate them niggas in the locker room, or I'll hit them up. I'll hit them up and be like, "Yo, congratulations," type shit. Or I'll just congratulate them. I'll congratulate them at the press conference that I have to do. Like this whole, all of this shit is the whole sportsmanship. That shit went out the window when niggas was trying to knock each other out, knock each other out on the floor. That sportsmanship all that went out the fucking window. So yeah, again, let's stop making this a big deal. It's nothing. It's nothing because you're not even talking about the game. Oh, you're not talking about what happened. You're talking about all the other bullshit. So let's get back to the game. I told you to put a pin as far as Jalen Brunson being the 1A because of course all that shit came back up with Becky Hammond and all that shit.
Yep.
Is Jalen Brunson a 1A guy? Yes.
But yes,
1,000%. But to me, that with this particular instance, I'm not going to say there's an asterisk, but you have to put context around the shit because if it wasn't for Cat, none of this shit goes.
Oh yeah,
none of this shit goes. Because they needed Jalen Brunson at the end of games.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, especially in game 5, Cat played like shit. Those game 4 and game 5, Cat reverted back to his old ways.
I also think they were adjusting to him. I thought they did a nice job.
No. Well, but Cat was making dumb fouls. He went back to making those dumb fouls. You can't be effective. You can't, for Cat's sake, you can't be effective if you're not in the game. Well, that's for any player, but a player like Cat, who we saw had an amazing playoff run. You go in game 4 and game 5 and you completely revert back into your old ways. The shit that Anthony Edwards always say, dog, if you stop committing these dumbass fouls, you're gonna be good. Cause can't nobody's really stopping you for real. Like the Spurs had their moments where they made stops on Cat, but overall, like Cat was doing his thing. And that was the whole ordeal. Now, again, none of this is to take anything away from Jalen Brunson because this nigga was the clutch player of the year of the league last year. So we already knew what we had coming when it comes to Jalen Brunson. It's just
Mhm.
more so what we saw from Jalen Brunson was all of the training, all of the hard work that he put in the offseason. Hell, as he came up, of course, the video of
With his
his
dad.
dad, making him do those drills at a young age. Like you saw all of that shit come back and come into play throughout this series because he's like,
He's won a
yo,
ring at
I'm
every
built.
level.
Yeah, he's like,
Like,
I am built for this. My dad has put me through the fucking torture rack of fucking drills when it comes to being able to play through being tired. That's the one thing that Wemby has. That's one thing that Wemby has to adjust to. He has to figure out how to play through fatigue because we saw in every game, all 5 games against the Knicks, where he gets to the fourth quarter and this motherfucker is gassed because of course, it's again context. A lot of stuff is happening. He's playing at a high level, but then also he's taking a bunch of punishment throughout the game because again, he's getting fouled or taking cheap shots throughout the game, and that takes a toll. All that shit takes a toll. And so by the time you get to the fourth quarter, like your body's like, dog, are we done? And you have to push through that. You have to push through the whole are we done mindset because no, motherfucker, we still got 12 minutes to play. So, and we got to finish this game. Now, Coach Mitch, like so a lot of this goes on him and his rotation.
Yeah, hell yeah.
His rotations were bad.
He never called timeout at so many vital
Yeah,
moments.
like and then like what was it? Which game was that where Wemby only got like a 50, like maybe a minute of rest in the second half, in the entire second half of one of those games. I'm like, you can't do that to Wemby.
Yeah,
Because I'm like, again, if
run
you're
run out of gas.
yeah, I'm like, if
quick.
you're noticing by the time he gets to the fourth quarter, Wemby's gassed.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to contribute.
You couldn't rely on Luke Cornett like that.
No, and Luke, he did his thing. I will give Luke credit. He played the best basketball he could for the time that he was on the court. But I'm like, dog, you're not like he's not Wemby. He's not Wemby. Hell, he's not half a Wemby, if we're going to be honest. And again, that's no shade to Luke, but it's just the fact that if Luke was a little bit more mobile, then probably been a different story. Because Luke made plays, especially what was that game 3? He had that block. No, I'm thinking about
the Thunder. The Thunder series.
Thinking about Thunder. Yeah, I'm thinking about
on Hartenstein.
But Luke, if Luke was a little bit more mobile, that probably would have helped. It probably would have helped a little bit. But De'Aaron Fox, God, that was rough. Ooh, that was rough for De'Aaron Fox. And I get the coach, wanting to stick beside him. I'm gonna stick beside him. Sometimes you got to know when to say when, brother. Especially when
I thought Harper should have took that starting spot by like game 3.
Especially when you got Dylan Harper, who had been hooping the entire
series. Like
that brother,
20.
Yeah.
Hey, don't be alarmed if I come back and y'all see me
with a Dylan Harper jersey.
Dylan Harper jersey. I mean, I was already gonna get a Stephon Castle. Stephon Castle's my guy. He had a rough series too.
Yeah, 4 points in game 5.
I mean, rough series for I mean, but
I just have one question though.
It was a learning curve.
Maybe just me. I don't know. Game 5, like I said, you had at least a 25-point lead. Now, if you go back and rewatch that game, now if I recall, they were up 1. Now, this was before OG took the game-winning shot. Now,
Oh,
Fox,
you're talking about
why,
you're talking about
why,
game. You're talking about
yeah,
game four.
no, game 5.
You muted, Antoine.
Yeah, and I think Garrett was right. I was saying it's game 5.
No,
They
yeah,
wanted,
you're right. Yeah, game 4. Yeah, game 4. My
No,
bad.
it's
Yeah,
game
yeah,
four.
game 4.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
you're
at my
right. Game
notes.
4.
It's game
Yeah.
4.
nah, you're
Yeah,
good.
yeah, game 4. Yeah, game 4. Yeah, game 4. So I think it was like maybe I don't know. I think 30 seconds somewhere in there when
Mhm.
Darren Foss came up with the steal. You were up 1, and you decided to go for a layup, and then you have OG Anunoby
Yes.
behind you. Why now? Now, kind of thing. I think it may have been
Now
10 seconds. Kind of thing. Now, why couldn't you just hold the ball?
and
You're
go to the
up
free throw
1.
line.
You're up 1. Hold the ball. They had no choice
Dribble.
but to foul you.
Yeah.
You could have gone to the free throw line, make your shots,
Yeah.
and then worst case scenario, they would have went down the other end, tied the game. You gone to overtime.
Exactly.
Why?
Great. That's a great fucking question.
That
I
never
have
Phenomenal
no.
question.
Hey,
Great
that's a
question.
great
that
question.
never
I have
made
no
no
answer
sense to me. I'm just like, man,
now,
Fox,
I will.
you've been
I
in the
will
league
say.
for like
Hold on.
almost a
Hold on.
decade, bro. Like,
Hold on. Now, I will say this. Now, if you go back and there's a still shot, he got fouled on that layup. OG caught him. OG caught him on the wrist. Like,
you didn't have to go through any.
well,
of that.
no. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we know that part. Yeah, we know that part.
Yeah.
But he should have
He should have
also
dribbled. He should have
gotten
dribbled
fouled.
out.
Right.
But I'm just saying, in hindsight, if you go back and look at the blown up still shot,
Yeah.
OG got him on his wrist. It was just a
Yeah.
no call. I mean, but again, yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah, dribble the shit out, get fouled, hit your free throws, and you might come out with either worst case scenario.
Yeah,
y'all going
you
to
went to
overtime.
overtime. Yeah.
I think sometimes these
Barnes
dudes
like
don't
you are,
go
but
to
you've
the
been in the
line.
league. You've been in the league for almost 10 years, bro. Like you know better.
I agree.
You know better. I'm
He
just
said
like,
he thought he could
goodness.
he thought that he could outrun him, but I was like,
I get it.
OG
You trying to
was
go for the kill,
but OG was already full speed.
yeah,
That's
like
the part
He's on
that's the
that.
part that he was
Brother,
already
like,
he was already running full speed
you
compared to him
can't,
where
like,
you have to grab the ball then take
Yeah,
off.
you got
like
you
have
gotta
to build
like
your
you
speed
gotta like
up.
go. Like you gotta like
Yeah,
turn on
but
the
you have
jets
to
at
build
that
your
point.
speed up. You have to build your speed up where OG
Just
was
give you a
already
chance. He was
where
already
OG
on
was
your
al-
tail at
he was
that
already
point.
running. So
I just think he didn't want to
God,
go to the line. I thought like because I agree with Gary. He should have
he probably
dribbled
didn't.
it and all that. I thought like he just didn't want to go to the line. I think he, I'm gonna go for this dunk, get these 2 points, and it just
Man, fuck
didn't.
all that, man.
man,
Didn't
nah.
work,
ass
man.
Take your ass to the line and hit
The
them
line,
free
I
throws.
agree. These dudes don't. They don't.
It's free
You saw it,
throws. You can
yo.
take your
Game 5.
time.
I think that was
Nigga,
game 5. The Spurs kept missing all those free throws in the clutch, man. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
like? Dylan Harper missed like 2 in a
Yeah.
row, and like
And
when
that's
the Spurs-
another point. And that's another point that to Wally's point about having fatigue. Like you up 29, and then you decide, okay, we're just gonna have a 3-point shootout. We're just gonna shoot all these threes.
Oh my god,
It's
and
gonna be
dog.
three-point
and
contest.
break every single one. I'm just like, brother, like people don't understand
But-
this. If the 3-point shot is not working, then get to the
Take
basket.
that
Go
bitch
to
to
the hole.
the basket.
Take it to the hole. So
Take it
and
to
that's
the
what
basket.
opened the door for the Knicks to come back and win the game. Because y'all missing
And they
all
were
these
shooting
shots.
early. The one thing I did notice, and this was in a lot of games, especially game 5, they were shooting early in the clock. Like, why are we shooting? Why are we shooting with
Anxiety.
fucking 14 seconds left on the shot clock? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like run some clock. Like every second at this point, when you're trying to hold, that was another thing as well. Y'all started playing not to lose. Fuck that.
Right.
Kick they fucking teeth in.
Yep.
That's for
got
any team
got
at
to.
any level. If you have a fourth quarter lead and you know you're playing a team that can fuck around and make
They
a
come back
good
and
run,
seal the game.
you have to kick their
Put the
damn
game
teeth
away.
in. Yes,
game
put
away.
them away. You
it
have to
away.
put them away. And this goes for any of these games in this series for the Spurs. Had y'all been able to fend off the Knicks with about 5 minutes left in the game, where y'all are up at least 15, they might have backed off. depending on said games. They might have backed off and be like, you know what, we'll go ahead and chalk this up and take it to the next game. But y'all gave them y'all gave them
Many
every
opportunities.
chance to
Too
come
many.
back.
A
Right.
bad shot
Okay,
is just as
but
bad,
every-
but just as bad as a turnover.
And then, especially in Game 5, like De'Aaron Fox kept taking the mid ranges, those early mid range shot. Dog, what are you
Man,
doing?
look, like he's normally automatic in the mid range. Normally,
But
like
why
automatic.
are
Like
we
that's
taking
super.
the? But why are we taking these shots so early? That's the thing. It's not the fact of taking those shots. Why are we taking them so early?
You know,
So,
like I said,
and
it's
now
just
I will give the Knicks defense credit because the Knicks played some fucking
they were
stout
playing great defense throughout the entire playoffs.
They
To be
played
honest with
stout.
you,
Like once they shook the bullshit off and realized that they were down and got themselves back together, they, especially in the second half of every game, their defensive intensity stepped up.
I was gonna say like that goes to Mike Brown for me. I thought he outcoached Mitch Johnson like
Oh,
hell. I thought like
he
would
cut
cut so
circles
much
around that
Come on
motherfucker,
seniority.
now.
dog.
He
It's
just had
Coach Mike. It's Mike Brown. Like,
he
come
just
on
had
now.
used so
Like he
much
been in the game
seniority,
for
like for real.
he
Exactly.
been in the
Mike,
game for like at least 20 years or more
Mike
Right.
Brown
as a
does not
coach.
get the credit. He does not get the credit
Look,
that
Mike
he
Brown,
And he
bro.
made the
deserves.
finals
He
before that, you know.
But
So
man, Mike
just in
Brown.
general, Mike
Yeah.
Brown, it's either he's been in the finals or he's been a part of a coaching staff. Like
he'd be a Hall of Famer now with his
he was
resume.
with the Warriors.
Warriors.
Like he was
He's with the Cavaliers with LeBron.
That
Well,
was his
I'm talking.
coach.
Yeah, I'm like
man,
he's been in these spots where he's either been the head coach in one or an assistant head coach and help win.
Mhm.
And it's like, dog, like give this. People got to
Mike
give
Brown.
Mike
He's
Brown. Got to
Mike
give
Brown.
him.
He's always
a
been
little
a
bit
really
more
good
respect.
coach.
this man, like
Yeah.
even he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. Like he's an NBA champion as a head coach, two-time head coach, two-time coach of the year, and as an assistant, like Wiley said, he has 4 rings. You know, one of them being with the Spurs back in 2003. The other 2 came from Golden. The other 3 came from the Warriors. So yeah, man, he has
See?
5 rings on his fingers. One of them being a
Dog.
head coach, and he's a 2-time head coach of the year. 14 years apart. I
Dog,
might add.
put
That's
some
longevity.
Put some respect on Mike Brown's name, dog.
Give me a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I gotta give
What's
him his
that?
flowers.
I'm pretty.
Give him his
Yeah,
flowers.
he should be
Going to
He
be a
should
Hall of Famer 100%.
I mean,
I agree.
with the resume you just
resume
said,
he
yeah,
has, absolutely.
he should be. And
Yeah.
and
That's cool, man. That's hard, y'all.
it's I'm happy. I'm actually happy to see Mike Brown be able to win as a head coach because he's had those bumps in the roads, especially when he
Mhm.
went to Sacramento.
Yeah.
Although
Got them in the playoffs.
had a
like,
hell of a team in Sacramento. They just could. Of course, you're in the West. The West has been very, very tough these last few years. So I get it.
Mhm.
And then the fucking wheels fall off, and then they fire you.
anyone coach of the year for them. Like that was 2023.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Hey,
man.
man,
Like
that
with
coach of the
Dwayne
year, that
Casey,
shit's a curse. That shit's a fucking
Mhm.
curse.
For real.
That's what I'm about to say. Yeah, shout out to Dwayne Casey.
Dwayne Casey. Hell yeah.
But no,
Believe it.
no, I can't give New York more, I can't give them more than enough credit just because of how this team. I have to give James Dolan a little bit of credit here. He put together a damn good team. Him and that organization, the execs up there, they put together a damn good team.
Leon Rose.
Yeah, Leon Rose, Worldwide West, like they went and made sure they put together a team. For me, trading Julius Randle for Cat was probably one of
That was a win.
the biggest wins for the Knicks. And we
I'll never
saw it
understand
immediately.
that I'll never understand that for the Timberwolves perspective, honestly. I'll never understand that trade.
It was bad.
I'll never understand that.
It was
like,
emotional.
I get it.
in my
I
opinion.
get it. I get it from a
think it
money
was.
standpoint, but I feel like you could have, make it work. Honestly, with
Yeah,
Anthony
Anthony
I think
Edwards,
Edwards,
that
Rudy
Karl
Gobert,
Anthony
and Cat.
Towns on the same team.
I think they were
You
they
could
were
have shifted
figuring
some.
something
You could
out
have shifted
over
some money
there.
around. Yeah, you could have
I
shifted some
agree.
money around to make it work.
Oh yeah.
You could have,
Well,
especially
They
when you
just
just
fell
came
in
off
love with
of
Anthony
Western
Edwards,
Conference
and I
Finals run.
well,
Yeah,
yeah,
you could have
but
made it work.
that's perfectly fine falling in love with Anthony Edwards. That means you have your star player.
star player.
So your complimentary piece in Cat
Is another
was the
number
perfect
one overall.
was the perfect
Perfect.
fit. And
For
it
real.
The
just seemed like that
Anthony Edwards and Cat duo, like,
On the same team, man. They were on the same
like,
they
team.
come on
actually
now.
like they were starting to they really were starting to figure it out. Like
Mhm.
They
if
did.
we
It
go
only
back,
took them 1 year.
yeah, but I'm saying like they were really starting to like really figure it
Yeah,
out. Like I
yeah.
said, the
It only took them 1 year.
only
Yeah.
thing for Cat. So let's hypothetical. Let's say Cat's still in Minnesota, but he ends up playing like he did for New York with less fouls,
With
like staying out because that was his main thing. Staying out of if you stay out of foul trouble, the sky's the
They
limit.
could
And
have.
we
They
saw
could have at least have made
that.
a finals appearance by now.
because they already
Yeah.
made the Western Conference Finals.
Literally.
That's when they lost like
They did.
4-1.
Yes.
They did.
So
They did.
like they were right there back
They could have
then,
made it to the
man.
finals at least one time, win or
At the
And
lose.
very
Anthony went
least.
by himself after that. So
Right.
like
But this is what happens when you have organizations that they're so quick on the trigger to make moves instead of like legit evaluating what you have and then going, because there's no way in hell I'm going after Julius Randle. Julius Randle has not done anything in the league for me. So you UK fans, granted, we're talking about two UK players, but for me, when it comes to Julius Randle in his pro career, he has done nothing. He hasn't done anything that was like, yeah, I want Julius Randle on my team as
He's
as
always been a solid player, but
he's a solid player,
not-
but not the player that you.
Karl is, period. You know,
you
Karl
would
has
think
always
of you
been
would
better.
you would think
Karl has
of
always been the
forming
better
a
player
championship
from
yeah,
college to the
championship caliber
pros,
team.
rookie year. Like I'd always
Yeah.
thought Karl Anthony Towns has been the better player.
It definitely took some time for Cat to get it right, but now
And
that
like
we
for real, I agree. Like with his mindset, because not everything is aligned with his mindset to his physicality. He's in great shape now. He just turned 30 this year, so he's in his prime now, smack dab. So, and he signed that 4-year deal with the Timberwolves before he got traded. So they got him on that deal. They don't even got to work out a deal right now if they don't want to. So, it's interesting, man. It is like, you know, Karl Anthony Towns, he was there for 9 years. I thought, you know, he was coming along. He was good from day one, even when he was up there by himself. They just weren't winning like that, of course, just being a struggling
because they were trying to figure it. They were trying to figure out how to
Andrew Wiggins and all that. They just didn't know.
Andrew Wiggins didn't pan out. Fucking Zach LaVine didn't pan out. They had pieces. They had pieces, but the pieces didn't fit for that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Like they needed to mature more. As you saw once they went, we saw Andrew Wiggins. He got to mature. He gets to Golden State. He wins the title. State. We see Zach LaVine. He ends up going a couple of places. We see him but we saw him in Chicago, and he flourished. Yeah, he flourished.
Even Jimmy Butler. He made
Jimmy
it to the finals.
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm about to say, we saw Jimmy Butler fucking put the heat on his back.
On his back, yeah.
Made the finals, and even then, like even when it comes to
twice.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, both of y'all facts. Even when it comes to hell yeah. Even when it comes to the Timberwolves, like, man, I think about how they were still bad enough with the Cat era to have the number 1 overall pick in 2020. And I think about how, like, they just didn't give him enough time, like how Wiley said. I remember when Karl Anthony Towns had made headlines for criticizing Anthony Edwards, talking about him liking KFC and eating fried chicken and stuff like that. And Karl was like, I just wish, you know, he acted like, I wish he acted like a professional athlete. We're supposed to be the best basketball players on the planet and stuff like that. And that kind of divided some of the Timberwolves fans at that point. Anthony Edwards was obviously coming along back then, and Cat was already, he was Cat at that, not who he is right now, but he was still Cat.
He had years in the league, and he's like, yo, like,
now what are you
because
doing?
you have to think about it. You have to think about it. Cat got to learn. He got a little bit of time with KG.
Kevin Garnett, right?
He gave them game as how to be a professional. All the things that every team in the league, they need a veteran to help guide these younger players.
And Anthony has that in Mike Conley now, and he's been such a big player for him, man. So
those type of your vet. That's why I say vets are very important in the league.
Mm-hmm.
They are
at the very even if they're not on the floor, like they are very, very important for any team because they can help your young players throughout the season. When young players especially your rookies and your second year players, when they hit that wall in the season, they can help guide them and get them out that whatever slump, if they're in a slump, whatever. Like, you need your vets for these type of moments. And Cat got to be, like I said, Cat got that from KG. So hence the reason why you got those comments from Cat when it came to Ant. But again, Ant is young. He's young. He's young coming into the league. He's 19 years old coming into the league. So he's still
24 now.
I'm saying when he came in the league. When he came in the league, he's 19. So he's still trying to transition from college to the pro. Pretty much, if we want to be real, he's transitioning from high school to the pros because he only played 1 year at Georgia.
1 year UGA.
Yeah. So I'm like,
and he's doing it pretty rapidly. His development has been astronomical in terms of like him, who he is as a person.
You get that from a lot of players that get to the league now because they're not fully. A lot of these players aren't fully developed because most of them are only staying for a year, and they haven't learned everything that they need to learn to be a fucking bro. Hence the reason why, again, another conversation for another episode. Hence the reason why I always say these players need to play at the very least 2 seasons in college. Get you 2 years in college because your first year is to transition from high school to college because you still got to go to class, do all the other shit. Like that's an adjustment. And then your second adjustment is playing the game and learning the game. Like you still have to learn, you still have to continue to learn the game. So yes, I know we sidebar our way out the fucking finals, and that's fine, y'all. It's just the fact that dealing with a young team, dealing with young teams, especially a young team like San Antonio, there's a lot for them to learn. Go ahead.
Even say, like, even of course, before we end it, of course, you can give your last take too, Garrett, on this, of course. Because we were talking about Karl-Anthony Towns, which led to Minnesota, but I'm looking at this roster, man. I think about if Cat would have stayed, man, if they would have had, Jaden McDaniels with Karl-Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards, and like Naz Reid, like he was drafted by the Timberwolves. So I'm just thinking about all these people, because they wouldn't have Dante DiVincenzo, of course, because he was in that Knicks trade, but they would still have all these players, like their core, like with Mike Conley, with Anthony Edwards. He was already there with Naz Reid and Jaden McDaniels plus Karl-Anthony Towns. That could have, because if this Minnesota team, they're making the 6th seed, they beat Denver again this year, the Timberwolves. So if they're knocking out Nikola Jokic in the first round like that, I think if they had Cat right now, they could still be like a top 3 seed, So I'll only mention that because it's interesting. I think the Wolves messed up trading Karl-Anthony Towns, seeing how it worked out, because I think they'd be a championship contender if they had Anthony and Karl at the same time right now, for sure. But I mean, for Minnesota, it's working out. They got their core. They still have Anthony Edwards, who's now there's no debate who is the guy. It is him. He's only gotten better every single year. He continues to
Oh,
play good in the
we knew
playoffs.
that when he stepped it. When we knew that when he stepped in Minnesota. So,
He continues to get them in the playoffs after years of them not making it. So it'll be interesting to see how Anthony Edwards, deals with this. Like I've been thinking about that, like how Luca
Time to come
felt.
home, man. Time to
Like
come
for
home.
I
Time
wonder
to
how
come home,
Luca
man.
felt watching Jalen Brunson win a ring. That was
I hope
his
they can continue to
co-star.
mess up and mess up and mess up, and you call request a trade. Come on back home, bro. Come on
So
back
but
like
home.
that, so like that, that's really like Carl Anthony Towns. I don't think he ever leaves New York. If he does, it's not gonna be till way fucking later. Way later. I mean, you
I
can
mean,
see him at the
we said
parade.
hold up. We've seen stranger things in this
But I was
league.
gonna say, but this is
So
different
I'm
though,
not.
because like nah, like we just saw what he. It
I
was the
I
first ring
no,
in '53.
nigga, I hear you. I hear you. But again, we've seen stranger things. That's why I'm look. I'm just I look for me,
Mm-hmm.
y'all. I'm not going. I'm not going to hold. I'm just going to sit back and watch
We've
because
seen Luca get traded out of nowhere.
But
Let's
like
put
they
it
won
like
a
n-
that.
ring already though. Like the Knicks
nigga.
won the ring. When you give, because Cat was damn near the Finals MVP. So when
Hey
you have a
man, we saw fucking again Dwayne Casey, and yes, I know he's not a player, but we
I was about
seen
to say
niggas like
like
Dwayne Casey fucking win a title and then get fired. Like
from the Raptors, yeah.
again,
I mean,
again,
but again, like it was
we've seen these
53. Plus, it's
we
the
seen straight.
Knicks. You
We've seen
know,
stuff happen. So, but yeah,
Also, Jim Dolan, he can and possibly will revert back to his old ways. So again, I don't put
maybe.
anything past it. I
because
don't put anything past him.
I
That's
just
that's
think this
all
is
I'm saying.
definitely not for sure. Like, and y'all are both right. It's the NBA. You can never get, only players like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, dudes like that don't get traded. For sure. I just even call Anthony Towns. I think he's right at home where he needs to be. He grew up in New
No,
Jersey,
I agree. I
right
agree.
across the
I
bridge.
agree.
Like he's tailor made for the team. He's fits perfectly with them. And like I just think he was the catalyst. Like he was the big reason. He was holding, like how you said yourself, Wiley. He was holding Jalen Brunson down for when the fourth quarter came. JB could take over. So,
Except in game 5, because none of them motherfuckers was helping this man out. I was like, Jesus Christ, y'all
and
just
that
gonna
and
make this
that
man do everything?
And then even then, that can be the last thing I say about this whole next topic in general. That was my favorite part about it, seeing him drop 45 points on the road like that as a 6'2" point guard in the NBA finals to win it. Like against another 2 seed. It was another top tier competition. Like
Mhm.
it was just a lot, man. It was really cool to see him like really rise to the occasion like that and put a stamp on his legend like that. Because right now he is certainly the king of New York. And it's gonna be
That
hard.
whole squad, dog, that whole squad, they
So
are they don't have to pay for shit in that city ever.
nothing. They're good. They're good. Like I'm telling my friend, like, yo, Jalen Brunson, he's 29. He's going to be famous in New York until the day that he dies, man. So
Oh
and
yeah.
his dad was playing for the Knicks and he went to Villanova. So I'm pretty sure grew up in that area and stuff like that. So the fact he went from walking the streets like any other kid to being the king of the city now, being a second round pick, all that, it's just like that's my favorite. Like that's what sports are meant for. Stories like that on some Kurt Warner
Mhm.
shit. But that's all I got to say. Congratulations to the Knicks, and we'll see what they do next year.
Garrett, what you got to close it out?
Yeah. Like I said, congratulations to the New York Knicks, and hopefully those will hold them off for another 53 years or more. I'm just kidding. I'm
Sure.
just kidding. I'm just
Go
kidding. But
Hawks.
no, but yeah, you damn right. But
Go
no, but for
Hawks.
real, like yeah, like I said, the Knicks, like I said, they took care of business throughout the entire playoffs and the finals, and so that's the thing that I will always tip my cap off to them. You just go in and take care of business and win, like you're supposed to. So it'd be interesting to see how they proceed in the off season. There's been rumors, of course, about, Karl Anthony Towns' future with the Knicks, but I'm pretty sure that they'll do everything that they can to bring him back. But like I said, we'll see. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure that they'll do everything they can to upgrade the roster the best way they can. and hopefully they'll. Well, not hopefully, but they're hopefully we'll see if they can make another repeat. So and go from there. But yeah,
Hmm.
Yep. Oh yeah. Just so y'all know, I was prepared, homeboy.
For sure.
I
that
like.
that's like my favorite colorway though. By the way,
Oh no, I bought that. So I bought sidebar. I bought that hat. I think I bought that hat for like $15. It was just like you said. I love the colorway.
15. Wow.
I
from
love the
where?
colorway. Huh?
From
Uh,
where?
I bought
Lids?
that hat. I forget where I
It's a
forget where I got. It. I
snapback or
bought
a fitted?
snapback.
Yeah, that's a
Word.
good.
But
Okay.
That's a
I
Hell
good
bought
catch
that.
yeah.
I
though.
bought that
That's
hat
a good catch
a
though.
few. I bought that hat a few years ago. But
That's a good catch though. Yeah,
that
that's
just
good.
goes to
Very
show,
good.
nigga. I rock every team. I don't have outside of Alabama. I don't really have teams. So I rock. I like hats. I like you know if your colors are right, I'm going to cop some merch.
Yeah,
Straight
I
up.
feel that because the Knicks, no,
So
not the Knicks, but the Spurs, that colorway, that's my favorite. So
yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that's all I was saying. I was like, nigga, I was prepared either way. It didn't matter.
yeah, I like
I
that.
just um now back to the subject. Shout out to the Knicks, man. Uh y'all are definitely solidified in that city forever. I shout out to the Spurs for being able to make it to the finals with
They
such
will
a
be
young
back.
team. With such a young team, y'all definitely have some work to do as far as just getting better at closing it. If they figure out how to close games, because that was their issue. Y'all figure out how to close
hmm
games out, y'all are going to be just fine.
Fine. Yep. Yep.
Again, don't be shocked if you see me rocking either Stephon Castle and or
Dylan
a
Harper.
Dylan Harper jersey sometime in the near future because those I really do rock with those guys. I think those are they'll probably be players I will like actively root for when it comes to the NBA. But
Something about that number 2 jersey in the Spurs, man. For real.
Mhm.
hey, and number 2 is my number. Like I ended up adopting that number. Um so with the finals being over, y'all know it's time to we got to move over to the draft. We got the draft coming up next week.
Yeah.
My guys plan on being at the Atlanta draft party. So with the draft coming up, um, I had some questions. And we'll start with the type of class, with this draft class. Do you guys think this is like a franchise changing class, a role player? Well, hold on. Let me rephrase this. Do you think there are franchise changing players? Are there role? Of course, there are going to be role players.
Right.
I will say, who off the top of your head do you think are like your franchise changing players?
That
Uh,
whole top 4, really. The whole top 4. I will
so
also
top
include
four.
Darius, like the Caleb Wilson, Cameron Boozer,
So we got no. I
mhm.
got the list pulled up. So we got
And Darius
AJ.
Akuf as well. And Darius Akuf. He's gonna be really
So
good no matter where he goes.
so he's and this is via ESPN. So we got AJ. We'll do top 10. So
Sure.
the top 10 available players: AJ DeBansa, Darren Peterson, Cam Boozer, Caleb Wilson, Keaton Wagler, Darius Cuff, Mikael Brown Jr., Kingston Flemings, Nate Ament,
I'm in.
and Ade Mara. Those
Mhm.
are the so-called top 10 available. So of those 10, which ones do y'all consider franchise changing?
You can go first this time, Garrett.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the top four names you just gave, but
Mm-hmm.
even more so, um, I think Keaton Wagler, Mikael Brown Jr. are franchise changing players. Uh, I would put in Mara in there because
Mm-hmm.
of the fact that his passing ability is pretty elite, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he brings such a unique skill set at that technique of just being able to pass the ball at an elite level because
At that
And he's
size,
it's
7'3".
rare.
Yeah, I'm
It's
about to say, and
rare.
he's
Yeah,
7'3".
he
yeah,
has like a
7'3",
9'9"
7'4".
wingspan, something like that. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
monstrous. Yeah.
that's pretty rare trait to have as a center when you have that kind of
Mm-hmm.
ability to facilitate and get other guys involved. Normally, it's your guards or your wings that does the majority of the playmaking. So if you have a guy that is able to do dribble handoffs or pass a guy that's cutting to the basket, I mean that's going to cause a lot of problems for the opposing defense. So yeah, I think he's a guy that can be a franchise changing player.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Other than that, yeah, I think those guys are franchising players. So of course, it does matter of what team they go to. But regardless, I mean, for the top four, I mean, they're going to a team where they can make a significant impact. But in terms of the Keaton Waglers, Mikael Brown Jr.'s, Ade Amara, Darius Akuff, so those guys. I think they're going to be franchise changing players for their teams wherever they go to.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now, as far as when it comes to teams, so you got teams that are rebuilding, teams that are retooling. Um, we'll start with the rebuilding. Yeah, rebuilding teams. Because typically, of course, your lottery picks are typically rebuilding teams. Typically,
Yep. Hmm.
outside of your Clippers and your fucking Thunder.
Hawks.
Hmm.
What teams do y'all consider what teams do you consider rebuilding? What teams do you consider retooling? And go and I'll start with you, Antoine.
So looking at this mock draft, let me make sure I got the right teams, of course. So looking at who we have here, the Grizzlies, I do think are rebuilding.
Yes.
They're about to. There's nothing. No one knows what's gonna happen with John Morant. All signs point to him being out of the door. Especially with
Where
divine
the fuck you
intervention.
going?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
about to say, where the fuck you going?
yeah, that's the biggest thing. Everyone has to figure that out, of course, but I do think that he might be gone. So I think the Grizzlies are rebuilding. The Bulls, I mean,
Bulls are rebuilding. I'll
because
look.
they have
I'll take them.
pieces. They have
They are
pieces.
rebuilding.
Like,
They're
They are.
yes.
They are.
They
They
just
are.
need
They are
to.
rebuilding.
They're rebuilding, but they need to make sure that the pieces that they already have
already
are
have are
going
like good
are
for the
going
future.
to
I
yes, and
agree.
then to include their number 4 pick.
Yep.
So the Bulls are rebuilding. The Clippers, I mean, they have Kawhi, and they're definitely trying to win now. The Nets are
Mhm.
rebuilding. The Kings are rebuilding. The Mavericks, they're rebuilding. They're rebuilding. Yeah, they're rebuilding.
Yes.
And number 10, Milwaukee Bucks. I'm pretty sure they're about to rebuild themselves.
I don't know what I'm
Yes,
about to
they
say. I
will.
don't know what the hell they're doing.
So out of 8 teams,
They are.
that's like, I mean, out of 10 teams, that's like 8 of them. I mean, Washington, Utah, yeah, it's like I think 9 teams, not yeah, 8 of them. The Clippers and the Hawks, they are not rebuilding. They're trying to contend next year. Both of those
So wait
franchises
a
are.
minute. You have
So
the Wizards and the Jazz rebuilding or retooling?
Yeah.
yeah, not Wizards and Jazz are not the Jazz. They have pieces, but I consider them rebuilding, and I
Well,
think the
I have the Jazz considered as retooling.
hold up.
For the
Hold up.
Wizards.
Let me hold up real quick on the Jazz. So, um before well, of course, earlier
I'll
today
say 7 because I
doing
forgot Washington
doing
had fucking Trey and Anthony Davis. So
well,
I'll say
we'll get to
7.
we'll get to Washington. We'll get to
Mm-hmm.
Washington too. But Garrett, to your point when it comes to the Jazz, so Walker Kessler has not agreed
Not.
to that 5-year deal, that 5-year, $140 million deal. So that's
Mhm.
one thing that the Jazz have to worry about. And then two, they're saying it's unlikely that Keontae George
George.
will not reach an agreement for an
Mhm.
extension for his rookie extension. So
Mhm.
just to give you
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
just
yeah,
give you that little tidbit.
It's more
yeah. I'm
context for
aware.
sure.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think the Jazz, I think they're trying, I think they're looking to win now. Now,
Win.
I don't think
Mhm.
that they are going to be a top four seed or anything like that, but I think that they're trying to take that next step of trying to make a playoff push or a playoff run. You
Mhm.
don't do that if you're bringing in Jaren Jackson Jr. to pair with an all-star and Laurie Markkinen. And if you,
I forgot that Triple J was over there.
yeah,
Jaren Jackson
yeah.
Jr. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and the fact of the matter is that even though that things are not looking bright with Walker Kessler or Keontae
Mhm.
George, of course, we know that the Jazz, they by just by the signs of it, I think that I think they'll make a way to bring at least one of those guys back to help them put the team together so that way they can
Mhm.
like I said, make a playoff push for next season. So, but
Mhm.
like I said, just the fact of the matter, you traded for Jaren Jackson Jr. So I think that tells me that they're looking to
To
win,
win.
some games at some point. And then for the Wizards, I think they're honestly, I think they're trying to win now. I should
Win.
say. Now, I think it will be tricky for them because of the fact of the matter is that they have the number one overall pick, and honestly, it shouldn't be a no-brainer. Honestly, I think AJ DeBansla is the best player in the draft. So it is one of those things where you just have to not overthink it, take the best player, and then move on because there's not a player that they have on that team that you wouldn't consider as untouchable or a player that you just where you just can't like overthink it. So
All right.
you take AJ DeBansla, you figure the rest out later.
So question. So with so if of course if people haven't heard the news, Trey Young uh did not opt into his player
Right.
option and becomes a unrestricted free agent. But
Right.
according to Brian Windhurst, they plan on signing the Wizards plan on signing him to a 3-year deal.
Yep.
That'll be a hefty deal. So
Yep.
let's say Trey Young comes back. What do the issue is? What do you do with when it comes to AD because he's
AD.
trying to get paid too?
Well, from what I've been hearing, it looks like he doesn't want to stay in Washington. I mean, I understand, Washington,
Shit,
they've been,
I don't know, dog.
they
If
haven't been,
I
they have not been relevant for quite some
I
time. We
get
all understand that. But
I get
I
it,
mean,
I get it, but
they could make some noise. Now, I'm not saying they're going to win a title or anything like that, but
no, no,
I
no,
think at this point they could. And and this is all best case scenario because we know AD, he is very injury prone. You'd be lucky if you could get 40 games out of him. But if even if
40.
that even if that is the case,
40 for stretch.
even if that is the case, so if you're getting the best version of AD, you're looking at a team that could potentially be a top six seed
Top
potentially,
6.
but more than likely so. I think this is a team that could make the play in. I think
Mhm,
that would be their ceiling. But for top six, that's kind of pushing. It just depends on if AD can stay healthy and in that I mean it just depends even if he's even going to be there. So,
mhm.
but
Mhm.
Uh, now with yeah, I'm very interested to see like what the
now I'll be in.
I'll
Now I
just
wonder if now I didn't mean to cut you off about it, but
no, no, no.
I think one of the more intriguing stories heading into the draft is uh what happens with Darren Peterson at this point because of the fact of the
Because he
matter
does
is that
not want to go to Utah.
he's only worked out with Washington.
Yes, with
So
Washington.
at that point, it's just like, huh, are you really a guarantee that you'll be picked number one? No. And honestly, if the
Unless
Wizards wanted
Washington
to,
are telling him that, that's the only
yeah,
way I can see that.
now unless Washington somehow thinks that Trey and Darren Pearson backcourt will work, I mean, sure, but um,
Because they got Trey
my thing
Johnson
is,
too, you know.
and there been from what I've been seeing is that uh the Jazz, they've been thinking about taking Cam Boozer at number 2 because
And
if
his
they
dad
know
works
the
for the team. Like,
yeah, and they're thinking about that trio between Cam Boozer and Laurie Markkinen and Jaren Jackson Jr. That's a pretty solid trio in the front court there. But
That's a hell of a front court.
that's pretty solid there. So,
But see,
yeah.
that would be. But see, that's where the what's my
But I
guy
think that would be. But honestly, I think it'd be great though.
Keontae George. Well, no.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's where that. But this is where Keontae George is important. I feel like the Jazz would need to go and figure out how to get that extension done with Keontae George if
Yeah.
they go after Cam Boozer. Like
Yeah.
let's say they're able to keep Walker Kessler, and you like you said, you have Triple J, and then you draft Cam Boozer. Keontae Walker is a very, very important piece that they need to keep. To me, that's an important piece that you need to keep. And granted, he's going to be back. So for him, he's betting on himself. Which, hey, I'm not mad at it. If you can,
But it would
especially if
make
you can,
sense. But it wouldn't be a bad situation for Darren Pearson, even if he doesn't go number 1, number 2, because I think that Ja Morant will be traded this off season. So you're able to start fresh with Darren Pearson as your franchise guard, and then you're able to build around him with the draft assets that you receive from the Jaren Jackson Jr. trade and go from there. So you know, I really don't know if he's gonna go number 2. Honestly, I think that they're gonna take a hard look at Cam Boozer.
and
I'm just
Boozer.
not set. Yeah, I'm just not set. If I'm just not set now, I'm just not set on the Wizards taking Darren Pearson number 1. I think AJ is gonna go first.
I I think something is in play.
Yeah, because I mean, there's
I
something
can't
going
prove.
on.
Look,
Because I mean,
I
uh,
can't fucking prove it.
if
But
you are a player that's only worked out for one team, like
I can't
I,
fucking prove it. But
I don't know, like brother, what is it? Like what is it you trying to tell me, dog? Like you just too good for the other team, man. Like this is not like because I mean there's not a clear number 1
hold
player
up. But
in this
I don't
draft
think
class.
I don't think it's with the player. I think it's with the teams.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I'm saying. Like
the last episode when I think it was the last episode. Whenever the last time we kind of touched on the draft a little bit, I mentioned about how AJ Devansa has ties with I
with
think it's
Utah,
somebody on the coaching staff on Utah, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
Either the coaching staff or Danny Ainge, one or the other, but still.
yeah.
They have ties, and I feel like these two, Washington and look,
So
this is a whole this is a whole
Utah,
conspiracy theory. This is
you
my
thinking Utah is going to
conspiracy.
trade up with number 1?
No, they're not
Oh,
going to
okay,
trade up.
okay. I thought that's where you were going.
Washington's going to draft Darren Peterson, and Utah gets AJ Devansa. That is my conspiracy theory.
That I mean that could work though.
That is my
That could work.
conspiracy theory. I'm just throwing it out
That
there. We'll
could
see what happens.
that could work though.
Yeah, no, for
That could
sure.
work.
I think with Darren, like him not wanting to go to Utah, go to the Jazz, the number 2 overall. It's pretty interesting. We literally saw the Jazz front office deal with this last year when Ace Bailey did. Were all reports kept coming out.
You saw what fucking happened to Ace Bailey. His ass was right in Utah.
In Utah. So, and he had fired that agent. I believe that that viral video do with the chain stuff like that.
Okay.
Because like I mean like I already had an inclination that's what was going on when they're saying when he's declining all these workouts and like nah you're working with someone who thinks they know better than these other millionaires, these actual millionaires, and like I just knew
Right.
it was a a guy behind the scenes that was doing that. But seeing how they dealt with this, like Wiley said, they could just pull the trigger, bring him up there anyway, and you'll have no choice but to, either suit up or
Hey,
turn down
Danny
the.
Ainge is an
But
asshole. Y'all,
hey,
Like,
people
look.
forget that.
Danny Ainge is a tough cookie now. He
Hey, Danny Ainge is a full blown asshole. So,
hey
like I said,
that
with Ace Bailey was popping all that shit about how he didn't want to go to Utah, and look where he ended up at in
and he
Utah.
loves
Yeah.
it now. Like, he's tailor made for the Jazz. Like, he's like, I think he's the guy they're gonna build around. We'll see who they get here, but I thought he was the guy they were gonna build around before they got this draft pick, of course. So I think now Ace Bailey will be the 1B or 2B, whatever, and whoever they get here, he's gonna be that guy, whoever it is, whether it's AJ
Utah-
Cameron.
So Wiley, let me ask you this. So for Darian Peterson to just only not draft, but work out for one team with Washington, don't you think for a player of your caliber, you're pretty much guaranteed a top 3 pick?
Top
But don't you
3 pick.
think? But don't you think
Yeah.
but don't you think that ruins like your draft stock a little bit? If you only draft
Look,
only work out for one team,
a little bit,
that doesn't guarantee that you're
think-
gonna go number 1.
Well, yeah, but also all these other teams don't give a fuck because in the grand scheme of things, if they can get Darren Peterson, they're gonna go get him. It's not like he's not falling out top. He's top 3, so somebody's going to get him. If he falls out top 3,
But I mean, my whole thing is like, okay, you have that, but then also you have the whole situation with, and like I said, people just may not even care about it. So, which I understand.
Look, like I said, that was just my conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I mean, no. I'm just talking like the whole injury things that you had with the cramps and all that. But I'm just like, okay, if I'm not able to see this guy, then I may not even want to waste my draft pick on a player that I may not get much information about. So
that motherfucker could fall like Aaron Rodgers. So
I will say this
though.
Look, I think like as time goes on, I think, man, the more I think about it, I think Cameron Boozer might go number 2 overall because it makes sense for both teams.
Yeah,
like
I think
his dad already works up there. Like his dad works up there. Like the Grizzlies, they want to get rid of Ja. They'll draft a star guard, a point guard. So I think
that makes more perfect sense.
Think about it, that's what makes sense in my opinion. Cameron Cameron joining his father and all that.
Let my conspiracy theory live on, dog. You just stepped all over my conspiracy.
So like that's the first 3 we knocked that out. So like because we're doing our own little mock draft right now.
Man,
I'm not doing no mock draft.
I just throw this out the window.
Right, I'm just throwing some shit out there, hoping that trying to make it stick.
Yeah, I don't know. Something may happen though. Something may happen.
So
very well.
With both of y'all, with both of you being beat writers for the Hawks, and of course with you also covering the Lakers, we'll start with the Hawks since they have the number 8 pick. Who would you guys like for the Hawks to pick?
You can go first. Word, okay. That man. If he's available, I wouldn't mind Wagler at all, just because he's super versatile. The way that thinks he could come in and already add to the Hawks front court, being the shooting guard or a point guard. He was a 40% 3-point shooter. And Illinois, he was like he's like a 3-star recruit when he made it, and he ended up being the best player on the team, completely skyrocketing into all of these drafts, and it culminated with a Final Four appearance. So I do 100% think that if Wagler is there, I would not mind that. It just depends. Like if he's not like if they're both there, I wouldn't mind him genuinely because he'll be healthy from day one. He has a great play style. It fits with this team. If he's not there, and everyone else is, I'll take Mikael Brown Jr. As soon as he hit 10. And see, the thing is, like, that's like because man, he's supposed to work out with the Clippers.
He won't be there. He won't be there when we're on the clock. He's going number 5.
So my thing with Mikal Bridges, I'm like, you're too young to be having back issues.
Mikael Brown. So like, yeah,
I mean Brown.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
like, that's why
you're too young. I think
he's going number 5 to the Clippers. I think he's.
Mikael. I mean, man, like it very well could happen.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta take it, but I just don't think he'll be there. When we're on.
Yeah, if he's there, I'll take him. I'll definitely take Mikael. This is play style. He'll fit really well against with Jalen
I damn
Johnson,
sure
his
called
off
him
the ball
Mikal Bridges.
shooting, his
Jesus Christ.
playmaking. The film is really, really good. I watched him when he was down here at Overtime Elite. I thought he was great back then, hitting
You sure
4-point
you're not a
plays
Knicks fan, Wiley?
for game
I am
winners.
not. I am
And yeah, man, like I think Garrett had a great pick. Keaton Wagler would be phenomenal. This is playmaking. Like I said, he's 6'6", so he's already continuing the trend of size in this Atlanta backcourt. And the Hawks need both. You
You
have
talking
core
about a
shots
Jamal? You talking about a Jamal Murray light type of game? Sign me up, please.
because, like, yeah, like we need like half court shot creation anyway, and he would be able to provide both of that scoring and playmaking. So I wouldn't mind
Yes.
Keaton Wagler. If they're both there, I will take Mikal. It's a personal thing. All this shit. Sure, there's a dude watching this. They'll take Kingston Flemings over both those guys, you know. So I think Garrett there might be some smoke to that though, because I keep seeing Wagler drop in the mock drafts because people are getting more sold on Mikal Brown Jr. So
Let
I
him.
wanted
Let him. Let him.
I wanted Mikal. I would love Keaton Wagler. But I'm mentally prepared to have any of those guys, even Darius Akuf, if he drops past 6 and 7, I'm mentally prepared to draft him too.
Yeah,
I
I
get
think.
it.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, more if he's. Yeah, I
If
think
he's
he'll.
there,
I don't think he'll. I don't think he'll be there at 8
be
because
there. No,
it
but if
seems
he
like
is
it seems like he's locked with the Kings at number 7. So really, it'll be between Mikael Brown
Kingston,
Jr., Keaton Wagler, and Kingston Flemings.
Fleming,
Honestly, and
for
you got
sure.
and Mara will more likely be in consideration as well. So you can't throw that
Absolutely.
out.
We
So
don't really. No one knows what's gonna happen. Me and Garrett both got like similar choices. I'm pretty sure he
if
would
we
take
trade
Mikal.
up, it's gonna be for a top 5 pick though, because
Yeah,
there's
like
been a lot
Yeah,
of
I've
talk.
been saying it better be.
Yeah, there's no way.
we
Like
would. We
if you're trading the 8th pick and a number
number
23 overall
23
pick,
in the
you're trading for a
player.
top 5 at least.
Fuck yeah,
Top
in the
4,
player
preferably, but yeah,
for
that's
Now,
gonna
real. That's
be
but
now,
yeah,
honestly
I'll take
they
Mikal Brown
ah
Jr. though. That
honestly
was
they should
my
go
choice,
all in.
Mikal Brown Jr.
They should go all in. I don't care.
now,
So you want to trade up? Okay, no, I mean I can see
Number
why.
8, number 23, Zachary
In a
says
player,
for a top 2 pick.
look, he's trying to get Zachary say up out of there. That's why.
Yeah. I look,
You
Zach,
ain't
look,
slick,
Zach.
Garrett.
No,
You
I'm
ain't
just
slick.
saying, like, it makes sense
I'm
that the
on.
kid,
I'm on to your tricks.
he's no longer a fit on this team. But if the Jazz want take on another young player, I got you one.
Zachary
I
I got
think
you
for
one.
the
gonna be.
Hawks, like
He's
even
suiting
for
up
the
for the
Hawks,
Hawks next year.
for sure,
Starting center.
a
Starting
Frenchman.
center.
Even
I'm
like I
going for
think,
the
man, people
kill.
gotta realize though the
I don't
fact the
care.
Hawks are even like the fact where they're even in this situation is pretty remarkable. Like even though Oklahoma's at pick 12, when they get to that 12th pick and we realize they're adding another lottery pick to that team,
Be
these are
on the
gonna be like
lookout. Be on
Hold
the
on.
lookout for that though. I think they're gonna trade in the top 10.
Hold up. Not only do they have the 12th pick, they also have the
They're
number
17.
17 pick.
They're gonna try to trade up in the top 10.
so like yeah. So the fact
I
like
think
it's
that's gonna
not really
happen
the
though.
fact they're actually there and they were just in Game 7 in the Western Conference Finals. Like, come on. So
I mean, blame the fucking Clippers and everybody and Paul George and all those fucking dumbass trades.
for sure,
That's how that happened.
Boy,
Sam
and
Presti's
it's still looking awful too for the Clippers. Good gosh, man.
You got to give credit where credit is due. Sam
One of the
Presti's
worst trades in NBA history. Okay.
Listen,
I agree
the
for sure.
trade
You know,
that
with what
keeps
was
on
given
giving.
up, all those picks and SGA.
Like
That's
NBA
just
champion
crazy.
and 2-time MVP. Come on
For
now.
real. And yeah, before we move on from the Hawks, it was just the fact they're even in this position is pretty astronomical. Like I thought, if they weren't here, they were gonna improve their players. Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, all these players, and just keep it pushing, But the fact they get to add one of these players to this core, the Hawks were the youngest team in the playoffs this year. They gave the Knicks their toughest test. That's no exaggeration. It's actually the facts of the case. So they're only gonna get better. They had CJ McCollum, being their veteran, but the young players got it. They had to play better, which they will. And the
It
fact
was
they're
a
about
tough
to add
test till it wasn't.
And the fact they're about to add another good player, one of these players, I think people got to really realize how big of a win that is for the Hawks, man. They weren't supposed to be here. That's supposed to be the Pelicans, man.
I mean,
getting that 8th pick, that player is supposed to join Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen. Nah, man, they're
well,
coming down to the A. So
again,
I'm excited for that.
that goes to show you there are stupid GMs and
Joe Dumars. I mean, hey, man, you felt a little generous that night. I was perfectly fine with it. You feel me? So it's definitely
now, and just to end it real quick, so the Lakers only have one pick, and that is the 25th
number
pick.
25.
Who do you want to go to the
So
Lakers?
I put out an article. I put out 3 players who I think might be available at that pick. It was Christian Anderson Jr., the Atlanta native, of course. Terrace Reed Jr. from UConn, former Michigan Wolverine, and Dalen Swain of the Texas Longhorns. I personally, thinking about the roster, because Jackson Hayes he's all right. I think that they need a wing, though. I think they need more scoring on the wing. You don't know what's going to happen with LeBron James. Jake LaRavia was a bust. You have a pretty decent backcourt with Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves. Nick Smith Jr. is getting better. And they have Luke Kennard now, after that Hawks trade. So I would like to see the Hawks draft a wing, and that would be Dalen Swain at that point. He averaged 17 points, 7 boards for the Longhorns this year. He's a really good athletic player, decent, not more than decent defender. I think he's really good on the defensive end. Improving his jumper, he did that this year. So he's going to give athleticism, rebounding, and defense, something the Lakers need alongside Luka Doncic right now badly after seeing how Jake LaRavia performed with the time he was given. So they need more athleticism, especially with LeBron going. They need more lob threats on that wing for Luka. They also, they lost Dorian Finney-Smith. They did not get to replicate or replace his impact from that 24-25 season. So, man, I think I would like Dalen Swain to join the Los Angeles Lakers at the number 25th overall pick.
Cool.
23rd.
Oh, 20. So for me, hell yeah. Yo, so I personally, because this is where I think the Hawks are going to get a sitter. I think if they can, they should pull the trigger on Jaden Quaintance. I think he'll be there.
That's my guy.
Purely off the defensive potential. They should draft him off of that. He didn't get to play this literal last season, but his freshman year, everyone saw what they needed to see. He almost averaged 3 blocks a game his freshman year.
I thought he was going to be a lottery pick this year, but
this year,
I don't think he may, but I don't think
it just wasn't in the cards for him to play. He saw Jalen Johnson fell into our grasp 5 years ago. So I have my pick for number 23, who I think will be there, Jaden Quaintance, 100%. If not him, I will take Chris Sinak of the Houston Cougars. This is 3-point shooting, his 240-pound build. He can play with the Hawks next year and immediately make an impact coming off that bench at 6'11", spreading the floor, I might add.
I agree.
Cool. Well, again, the draft will be on Tuesday, and I don't know why they split that shit in 2 days, but it'll be Tuesday.
They're following the NFL steps,
Man,
shout out to the second round.
The NFL got 50 fucking rounds. This is only 2 rounds.
I'm just saying, they just
all those families in the second round, they get their. Don't get me wrong, it was going to be their night regardless, but now you get to have there's going to be sickos there, and I doubt the second round tickets aren't expensive as the first round tickets as a fan. So I'm pretty sure, people are going to pop out,
But so next Tuesday and Wednesday is the draft. We'll be back next Thursday to do a recap. We got nothing else. Again, shout out to the Knicks, man. NBA champs. Shout out to the Knicks fans because they have been wilding, and wilding out. They have been wilding. Some have been wilding in a nice degree, and others are ridiculous. I've seen, of course, now that Jalen Brunson has won the ring, is he better than this person? Is he better than that person? No, he is not. Let this man finish his career first.
I agree.
I'm just glad that. Oh yeah, and I saw I saw would this Knicks team beat the KD Warriors team? They're getting swept.
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 I don't
And
know, like
and hold up. And they had the nerve to do it twice. So they did it the first time. I think it was like they were 2 games up and they posed this question. And then after they won, they said, well, let's run it back. They legit said, let's run it back. And I'm like, no, the answer is still they're getting swept, sir, ma'am,
Mhm.
whoever your fucking admin is. They're getting swept.
Mhm.
They're getting fucking swept. Shit.
It is really cool though, you know how the Knicks, like, you know, they're a championship team now, so you like, you know, you can be like the 26 Knicks
They're
versus
not be they're
whatever
not
team, you
they're
know.
not
No,
they're
like
not
yo,
beating-
so like like
they're
literally
not.
before we leave, like for example, I was thinking like, man, I wonder what it would be like to see like the 26 Knicks versus like the 02 Lakers, you know, or like
They're getting smoked, Antoine. They're getting their boot smoked. As long as Shaq is in the paint, they're getting their fucking boot smoked.
Mhm. You don't think Brunson like could give them like
No, they're getting their boot smoked, sir.
man? I mean, it's whatever. It's 2002. Like, I mean, there's no
put 'em up.
like they're
You can put them up
fucking
against a
different
lot
leagues.
of other championship teams. They're getting their boots smoked.
So wait a minute,
Just
which
because-
duo? Wait a minute, so Wiley, which duo would you take? Jamal Murray and Shaq, or Kobe and Jokic?
Give me Kobe
Kobe
and
Bryant.
Jokic. What? What? Give me Kobe and Jokic. What?
Hey, I'm just saying, man.
That's not even a no
I saw
brainer.
that-
I don't
saw
know.
that
I don't
earlier.
know,
I saw that
man. I don't
earlier,
know because
earlier
Shaq could
Hey,
give
listen.
Nicola fucking problems. Shaq would give
I'm just
Nicola.
like, why is this even?
Are
a
you hold on?
question?
Are you saying you're saying teaming putting Kobe and Joker together?
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
because
Oh,
I
yeah,
saw
give me fucking-
I
what?
saw I saw a post where
Fuck
it was like,
outta here.
okay, who would you take? You know, versus
Oh,
who?
because
You
you're like
know,
switching.
Jokic and Kobe. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
or
Man,
funny.
Kobe.
Yeah,
give
like
me
literally switching
Yeah,
the guards. Yeah.
yeah, either Shaq and Jamal, or Kobe and Jokic. So, but
Kobe and Joker would feed families the way, especially the way, because you have to think about how Joker plays. Like he's a walking triple double, and
Yeah.
then it's Kobe.
I
End
think
of
Nicola
discussion.
has the kind of play
Yeah.
style where Jokic can like literally play with anyone. To be quite
Yeah, because he's
so
he's an
versatile.
unselfish player.
Like he play
Yep.
with anyone for real, literally anyone.
Yep.
But yeah,
He's
boy,
he's an unselfish player. So that's why I'm like, yeah, give me what? Give me Joker and goddamn
Nicola.
Kobe. Give me Joker and fucking Kobe any day of the week.
Yep. Yes, sir.
If we're gonna put it, if it's just them two now, I don't know who came up with that, but
yeah.
it
pretty
sounded.
easy,
Look,
but
the thing is because of how Jamal
it
Murray
was not.
looked.
Yeah, I
'Cause
mean,
you have to think about it.
it's
Jamal Murray didn't look the best. Like he had moments, but he didn't look the best when they won that series, when they won that championship. And hell, even now, we saw in the fucking
He made
playoffs.
the All-Star team
recently.
this year. He finally made the All-Star game, man.
I mean, that's
Like-
cool, but shit, that shit didn't help when they
I'm just saying
needed
that
you
like
the
he's
most
still like he's
in the
obviously
playoffs.
he's still a good player though. He's still like
Yeah, I'm not saying
even-
he's not a good player, but
even now like he's still
again,
improving, you know.
when the Nuggets needed him the most, this nigga, I don't know what the fuck he was doing.
I mean, I mean, I get it. You know, it's disappointing. You feel me?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's disappointing because we saw fucking COVID. We saw COVID Jamal Murray fucking go nuts. And it's like, well, shit, if you doing that in the fucking in
the
COVID,
bubble?
Shit, okay.
you doing that shit in the bubble, then
Like,
motherfucker,
come
you should be able to do this shit as you continue on. But
yeah.
I digress. Yes,
Yeah.
please. We thank everybody for pulling up. Thank everybody that pulled up and rock with us. Thank you. Please like, share, subscribe. Go to the YouTube page. Like the YouTube page. Like this episode. Get us in the algorithm, as my boy Jay always say. Yeah, man, this is it. Shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to the fans. I know some of y'all are depressed. Yeah, well, y'all will say that there's sports is dead after the NBA finals. I beg your pardon on that because WNBA is live right now. It's right now. Hey, the Lynx are the number one seed. Nobody did not see that happening, especially without fee. But
Olivia Miles,
hooping.
even All-Star
Like I
in year
said,
one.
like, share, subscribe, comment, hit us up on socials, and we will holler at y'all after the draft next week.
Yes, sir.
God bless you. Y'all have a nice night.
They gave me my theme music.